All right, so I recently tried the no yellow challenge where you're trying not to get any yellows, and somebody commented that they thought the no yellow challenge was a different kind of challenge, where basically you don't get yellows. If it's a yellow letter, if the letter is in the word in a different place, you actually get gray. So you only get green clues. And so by modifying some of the code for the website, their modification code that they gave me didn't quite work. I was probably just doing something wrong, but I managed to get it to work. So basically, if we get a yellow letter, it's still going to show as gray. And so this is some different strategies for this. I don't even know what a good strategy is. I'm just going to go with nasty, my normal starting. Okay, so we have the Y. Now we could have an N, A, S, or T. We don't really know. You know, we could do something like ST Stony. Those are good spots. I don't know whether to check for the same letters or new letters. I don't know. Let's just go with that. Okay, so let's try some new letters now. Well, I mean, we could do Pat. Well, no, not Patsy. We don't want to do the A there. Misty is no good. We don't want to do the ST. I thought about Patsy because the TS, but it's probably better to go with new letters. Let's do Milky. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Prude. No, but we gotta have the Y. I'm assuming. Well, again, I don't know whether I need to follow hard mode or not. I'm kind of. Well, do you have to follow hard mode? Because I mean, we have clues that are there that we're not using. Probably there's probably some yellows there that we're not using. So maybe I don't have to follow hard mode. Let's say no hard mode, because you're not really following hard mode anyways. Okay. So man, I don't know what to, we could have an EY. We could have. There's a lot of things we could have here. Something like KG, but we can't have the A there. The A and the I. Maybe that's the thing to do is, the vowels are most likely to be second or third. So maybe I need words that have like a double, like an OI, like coin or something. But not the N there, because we've already done an N. But something like that. Something with like an OI or an OA. We could do OI now. We should have done that on the last one, really, and then probably like a UA or something, but something like voice, but I don't want the E at the end. I'd like to do an E fourth, but if I'm doing OI, then I'm not gonna be able to do an E fourth. Could also do an EA. EA is pretty good. Something like ready. Oh, but there's no D there. Really? No. Really has two L's. Red. Oh. Huh. So that doesn't really work. So if it's EA, what could that even be? We could do an R there. Something like, well, we could do a double R, and you could do something like, well, I can't do Mary. Barry would work, though. Barry is possible. Okay, so double letters are good, too. Because the double R, if there's an R in either of those spots, we'll get one of them. I know this is our second to last guess, but I'm gonna go for Barry. Okay, there is an R there. There's not an E second. Could we have ERY? I don't know. Otherwise, we could have an A there. Scary, but there's no S at the beginning. So if we do a vowel third, it's got to be A, I, or E. I'm not sure about that. ARY, but then we've got to have a double consonant at the beginning, unless we have OA, RY, or UARY, which aren't great. I'm not really liking IRY. You could do ERY. It's interesting. Having the vowel third really isn't very good, but if we have the vowel second, then it can't be A, I, or E. It's got to be an O or a U, and we can't do a double R. Dowry? Dowry is possible. I mean, there's probably a number of other words that are possible, but at this point, any decent word is equally likely. So let's go with dowry. Oh, what was it? Emery. Oh, man, with another E. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm wondering. I'm kind of thinking about doing something with. It is sort of similar to the other one in that I want to do letters in places they're likely to be green. I guess. Let's go back to the while start. Okay. Well, we got the E. Let's do store. Okay. Um. So, I've done I and O third. Let's do some other vowels in the third spot. Because if there is a vowel, although with the E, maybe it's more likely to have vowels second. We could do an OA. Something like, I don't know, coats. Okay, we got the O. It's unlikely. I mean, we could have a T at the beginning. I'm saying I was going to say it's getting unlikely to have a T, but you could. So we've got the O and the E. It's probably, unless it's OU, because it's not OA, it's not OI. It's not going to be OE probably. OU maybe? But that's not great either. So it's probably a double consonant. Something like Dodge isn't bad. Lodge is also possible. You know, I'm thinking Lodge. Dodge is possible. I don't know. Let's go with Lodge. Okay. So it's not a DG, because it's well, it's obviously not a DG. It's probably not a D or a G, because if you have a D there, it feels like it's probably a G after it. Not necessarily. And if you have a G there, well, other than, you could do this, couldn't you? Ooh, rouge. No, you can't, because there's no G there. But we could actually do rogue. That's pretty good, too. I don't know. Oh! Okay, so Vogue, right? Vogue? I think it's got to be Vogue. Did we get it? Hey, all right. Second try. Took a little bit of thinking, but we got there on our second try. So that's definitely tricky not having any yellows because you're just getting so little information. Because like, you know, we had the G here and there was a G. We had, well, we hadn't guessed a V or a U actually. So that's kind of interesting. We didn't actually get, well, we got a lot of information from the grays. If we were playing normal Wordle, we would have been like, well, we rule out all these letters. But of course, we can't for sure rule them out. So that's really interesting. All right, well, there you go. Let me know what your strategy would be with this type of game. And if you try it out yourself, let me know how it goes. And if you have any other challenges, I'd love to hear from you. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.